What is up, everybody? Today we're going to be going over about 14-ish beginner motorcycle riding mistakes. There's some successes in here, some really good learning lessons. Some people did well, some people didn't, but we're not going to judge anybody. But if you want to, make sure you hit that subscribe button, and so that you can watch this live on Tuesdays when I do the live stream and we go over all the crash and close call after action reviews. But anyways, let's go ahead and jump right into it and take a look at everything going on. Okay, he's about to collide, but I want to make a point here. We're going downhill. Write in the comments your best tips for going downhill. Here's mine, okay? Going downhill to a stop, right? My best tip right here. Front brake, it's not going to be the best thing if you're trying to go slow down the hill, especially like this. This is where that rear brake really comes in handy. That rear brake will stabilize you. So you kind of flutter that rear brake. Yeah, rear brake. Yeah, Jeremy. Yeah, flutter that rear brake. Look forward. Keeps your handlebars nice and smooth, and that way you can keep both hands and you can throttle and use friction zone if you want. Do throttle and friction zone and rear brake. That's going to really help out. And that way you're coming down a small hill like this, coming to a stop. Another thing you could do is you can practice smart rider drills. Use the throttle and friction zone and rear brake on some of these sharper turners, especially like some of these. So that's what it looks like. You can put it on your phone. So if you get the physical booklet, which there's a discount right now for 20% off, you get the digital version too. But imagine having to do that. Yeah, practice that. But rear brake really helps out when it comes to stuff like this.
This rider was focused on merging into traffic that he completely ignored the front riding ahead of him.
Oh, geez. All right, here we go. Tommy to Bob. Oh. They definitely hit that. Now, this person switched from the far right lane to go to the left lane. So you start seeing somebody, especially around, now I like to say, on and off ramps are intersections on highways. Now, highways don't have T intersections or cross intersections typically. Okay, that's where the on and off ramps make it to where they can get into these these surface streets. This is a main artery, which basically just flows until it breaks off, right? So that's why I treat these as intersections. So whenever I see one of these off ramps like this, I see how it's breaking off, right? And I see somebody way over there crossing multiple lanes. I'm assuming they're trying to make the off ramp. They're trying to make the exit. And I'm in the exit. So if they're trying to make the exit and I'm in the exit, are we going to collide? Probably. I don't like that. So I'm going to roll off the throttle. I'm already trying to slow down anyway. It's an off ramp, right? I'm going to roll off the throttle and I'm going to start looking for my escapes. If they're coming in from the right, I have a shoulder to the left. If worse comes to worse and I'm already slowing down, I'm going to go towards the shoulder if I have to, okay? Oh, definitely now. Definitely now. They're crossing the gore area. They're definitely shooting for it. Now, I was hoping they maybe just wanted to get in the left lane, but no, they're shooting for it. I don't like it. I'm already prepped and ready, though, because I located that this is a hazardous situation because technically I'm treating it as an intersection, and it's a relevant threat. How do I navigate this active one? I'm going to aim for the left. I'm going to apply the brakes as best I can. I'm going to let this person in. So good job for this motorcycle rider for putting himself in a new position for safety and got himself out of that. There's an oncoming car, pulls out and tries to run me over. 35, we're going 45. Good job finding the escape and moving over. Side of the bus, side of the car. What do we do? Swerve. Good job. Perfect example of slowing down, applying the brakes to buy yourself some time to make a better decision at a slower speed, to make a different decision for a different tool, which is to swerve. So we're applying emergency braking, emergency progressive braking to buy ourselves some time. Oh, we're not going to be able to stop in time. We're going to T-bone this car. So let's go and switch methods to swerve. And we're going to swerve towards the butt, because if the car wants to keep moving towards the face, the front, the gap behind them is going to increase. So good job thinking about that. So we see the side of the bus, not a big deal, but that could be distracting us from what's in front. That's why we always pay attention to what's in front. Is it a relevant threat? Not really. Okay, move on. Keep searching. We see this side of the vehicle right here. Applied the brakes right here. Oh man, we're not going to stop in time. Hey, but I see the back end onto the right's opening up. So I'm going to go ahead and shift from braking to swerving. There it is. Good job.
Right.
All right, so we're cruising. Somebody's gonna merge into our lane. Good job rolling off the throttle. Very good. Here we go. So we're filming with a potato, 25 miles an hour road. John Porter. We're going through here. Okay, so we have a vehicle in front of us, a left turn lane right here. So we're gonna turn left. Is everyone supposed to stop? No. Oh, geez, we fell down. We fell down doing a slow speed maneuver. A little bit of a rookie mistake. Now, how can we help prevent some of these things? Guys, I developed this. I tell you guys this all the time. I developed the Smart Rider drills for this specifically. You're coming up to a stop. It's a slow speed. You're doing friction zone throttle control. Maybe you're kind of creeping out a little bit, but you do come to a stop. You have your handlebars turned to the left. You apply the brakes, and then you fall down. Okay, with this, you're going to learn how to maneuver your bike. You want to keep the handlebar straight and apply the brakes, keep the handlebar straight. But when it comes to slow speed maneuvers, 10 cones, 5 tennis balls cut in half. I do sell cones if you want to get those, but you can get the digital version of this, the book version, the one with the cones too. If you get the book version, it comes with the digital version, so you can put it on your phone, and you guys can start practicing. So this is what it looks like on the phone. Look at that, perfect. Go practice in a parking lot. Learn how to maneuver your bike at slow speed, because if something like this happens, that's a failure of skill. That's really what it is. This is a simple thing. It's a new rider mistake. Okay? New riders don't have the skill set with their motorcycle yet. That's why I developed the Smart Rider drills. Okay? Motorcycle training drills in a parking lot. Bonk. You have to practice. All right, so having some fun. Look at this, having a little African twin. Here we go. Oh, a little bit of rear tire slippage. Kept it upright. So, guys, I mentioned this before the stream because we did a little preview of this, is that I highly recommend, I'm going to make it short, I highly recommend those of you that are street riders to also practice, or at least get like a small dual sport, or to rent like an off-road vehicle and play around. You're going to have these fishtailing maneuvers. You're going to have the loss of traction, but it's going to prepare you for on street to not panic, because you're going to get the exposure to it. So what happens on the street is that people lose rear tire, and they slam that rear brake because they panic, and that's what causes the crash. Sometimes it will correct itself, and you'll be good to go. All right, we have intersection. Good little swerve. Nice new position for safety. This video has a lot of different clips. All right, we're coming up to here. They start to move. So when I say look for the front tires, I mean that, because you start to see the front tires spin before the car. You can see the car move, but it's usually kind of a delayed. If you can pay attention to the tires and the hubcat starting to spin, that means they're moving. The whole vehicle, it's hard to see where they're going, but if you see the tires go, there it is. So I see the tires starting to go right there. That means they're going. Okay, so that means I need to find that new escape. I need to look for that escape. Swerve to the right is probably going to be the best option. I might have to accelerate and swerve, but you can brake and swerve, brake then swerve. All right, we're coming up to here. Going through a corner. Not too bad, not too bad. We're accelerating. We have a sharp corner up here, possibly. Okay, oh, we have traffic. What do we do? Oh, crap. Why do we have traffic? Oh, somebody else already got in a crash in this area. So if I'm out riding with my buddies and I see this, if I'm out riding with my buddies and we're kind of acting a little bit, dumb, maybe not too dumb. Maybe if I'm just riding by myself, right? And I'm just cruising, I'm not speeding, I'm not doing nothing. And I see this on the road, maybe at the beginning, hopefully. That's going to be a great reminder. I should probably take today somewhat easy. I should be paying attention. This is a great omen. This is a great reminder that that things can happen. So I'm going to go ahead and chill a little bit. There we go. Going through here. I swear I've seen some of these videos before. Oh, that's dangerous. That's dangerous. This is why having good line of sight is very important. Position yourself in the road so that you can have good line of sight, so you can see ahead of the car in front of you. Because this car swerved. They all did their swerves, and then it's like now it exposes what the real problem was. How do we get out of here? We got to swerve too. But thankfully, we're able to swerve Very close, though. Very close. That was a big close call. All right, so we're... Oh. Space cushion got demolished. Good job with the emergency braking. He's doing that. That person's doing that because this person stopped. So what are we doing speeding? Let's go back a little bit. See how the flow of traffic, the vehicles should be staying there while we're here. That's the flow of traffic. If he's going 40, if they're going 45, we're going 45. We kind of just do this the whole time. But if we're doing this and we're getting closer, if the vehicles in front of you are getting closer, that means you're getting, getting bigger. That means you're getting closer. It means you're speeding. So if we're getting up to them, we're going higher than the flow of traffic. Not a big deal. Maybe they're going below the speed limit. We're going speed limit. Either way, we're not going the flow of traffic. Why did they stop? Because that vehicle stopped. Good job with the progressive braking, though.
What
Good
are
job.
you doing?
Okay,
Hell,
switched over. Good job with the emergency swerve to get himself out of there. Not going too bad. Going 35 miles an hour roughly. Okay, somebody's gonna pull out in front of you. Good job with the brakes. Straighten up the handlebars, apply the brakes. Kind of saw what was about to happen. They stopped, so we were able to continue going.